Lads, it's devastating. We all played with Lewis. We know what an exceptional rugby player was, how much he's contributed to the game, but as a bloke, such an emotionally intelligent guy, someone that forever looks after you, cares for you, and I think it's been flipped on its head. The rugby world needs to do its very best to look after Lewis, don't they?
Yeah, well, it was tough to watch this morning. I can't imagine what him and his family are going through. I think even for us lot, it's like probably not sunk in yet, because it's, you can tell he doesn't want to. Well, what he says is he doesn't want to look into the future with it all and what's going to come. Even though now this is our fourth player that we all know or have been nearby, never gets any easier, does it? It just, I think it's because you know what's coming with them, and you know what they might have to go through as a family. But what a player, what a human, like you said, who's just so passionate, such a hard man. He was England, the World Cup captain. Just a real leader. I think because he was our first World Cup captain, I don't know, he sticks with me because it was my first time there. The memory of him just sticks with me about just how hard he was and how much although he's a really good talker, he would never say things, you get some captains that just react or say some things a bit heavy sometimes. He would never do that. It'd always be thoughtful. It'd always be the right thing to say at that time. And he just led in how he played. He'd get a feel for the group and he'd think, right, I need to do something now that just proves why he's captain or why he's the number 7 on the pitch. And the one that sticks with me most, were you there in Australia when he actually smoked Quade Cooper off the line out? Yeah. That was the definition of his nickname, Mad Dog. He just went up, didn't care about the ball or anything, just took himself completely out of control. I admire him, and even more now so for what he's going to go through.
Yeah, hit me hard today. Really did hit me hard. And my wife, Jodie's met Lewis and Annie, his lovely wife, so many times, and just hard when it's someone, so close to you that we've played with, because we've seen with Doddy and with Rob and with Ed Slater recently what this horrible disease does to people. I think that's what scares you the most.
Yeah.
And you could see, I think, in Lewis's face as he's doing the interview, fair play to him being so brave, but like you say, he doesn't want to look to the future because I think he knows what it could be. So he's... but, when he talks about his kids, his 2 boys, and yeah, I've never met a person that's ever had a bad word to say about Mudos. I'll never forget my first time in England camp, being worried and scared and nervous and all those things, and him being a senior player, a World Cup winner, came and put his arm around me straight away and said, I'll look after you. Any trouble, come to me. And he was like that with everyone, with every young lad. And I don't think there's ever been a man that's probably played more with his heart on his sleeve than Lewis Moody. And yeah, I just think we're all hurting for him, but we're all here for him. And yeah, he's going to get the rugby community is going to have to come together again to support this incredible person fighting this horrific disease. But yeah, we're just sending all our love to him and his family and all his loved ones.
He's such a carer of a bloke, which is like such a contradiction to how he played the game, because he was so tough, but off the pitch, the person that he is, he just really thoughtful, really caring. And I think with Lewis, and having spoken to him at various different times over the last few years, he really, I think he thought something was up with him. There's been times where I've spoken to him about having constant headaches. But I think what he's done is just invest time into figuring out what it is or what it could be, because I think there's always been something just niggling in him. So I'm so pleased that he's investigated, because, us as men, generally speaking, about trying to generalise, we're probably not the best at wondering for fear of knowing. And no one ever wants to hear this type of news, but he's taken the time to try and understand what's there. And now he knows, as you guys have already said, it's the sad reality is probably being able to map out what the next 6, 12 months, few years looks like for him, because we've been there with previous guys, unfortunately, that have sadly lost their lives, and that's the tough bit. And he says it in his interview, it's straight away selfless. He's not worried for himself, he's worried for his family and for his kids, and that's the most heartbreaking thing. I didn't expect to wake up Monday morning to be like slapped in the face with that news. Like, he's 47, do you know what I mean? And it's, I don't know, what'd you say? I texted him earlier, but what do you say? Like, what can you say, especially when the destiny of this disease we know can't be altered at this point, and there's so much work been done around it, but I really hope that through this sad news that he feels the love, this outpouring of emotion that everyone, I'm sure, has sent his way.